We're back again, and today we're hosting Faith Mwangi, who's a senior analyst in the banking research team at Tellimer. We will be discussing the digital banking trends, what that means for any of the banks on the NSE, and if anything, is Kenya exporting this service to the rest of the world? Faith, karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Mbithe.
Tell us, how do we understand and look at digital lending, the opportunity today, and how are we learning from it?
Digital lending, first of all, is the easiest method to get credit in Kenya at the moment. It's on phone. They're able to do a lot more credit scoring, given that they have a little bit more history on you as a client with your mobile transactions as well. So there is an opportunity for you to be able to get credit much quicker, avoiding the process of filling forms, getting approval, taking a few days. It's instantaneous. So I think that's the biggest opportunity for consumers and for banks as well.
What is it as a percentage of total lending if it's the easiest way to get credit today?
It's still very minimal. We're still doing less than 5% on mobile lending.
Okay.
Again, because the amounts are still between 2,000 shillings to 5,000 shillings. So that's still a very small amount before we can say it can actually drive lending in full in the banking sector.
All right.
Faith,
Yes.
do you think these guys need to be regulated?
In my view, yes.
I'm talking the non-bank allied platforms, the
Yes.
standalone platforms like Tala, Branch, but they have Branch in my phone.
All right. I do think they need to be regulated to some extent. Not entirely similar to what we have in the banking sector, but I think there needs to be some regulation around disclosure, first of all, in terms of what clients need to know what they're signing up for. Because quite a number of clients don't understand the fees that they're paying on these platforms, and I think that needs to be clearer. Again, also listing on CRB, I think that also needs to be much clearer, that these other companies are expected or should be mandated to actually list defaulting clients on the CRB. That way we are able to protect the entire system, because what is happening now is clients are borrowing from one platform to the other and defaulting simultaneously on each and every one of these. So there needs to be a way where clients can be able to be listed on the CRB to also protect the players in the market. I think there is room for that.
On the pricing, should they also be subject to the price caps?
I think that's debatable at the moment.
It's debatable.
Yes, because given the risk that they're taking on, I think that there's an allowance for them to price to the extent at which they're pricing. I think we will get to a point where we have competitive pricing, and also given that if there's a lot more information being shared, then clients are able to actually access cheaper pricing.
Yes. But forget about, let's talk about the mainstream one, the M-Pesa-driven platforms. How should banks look at, for instance, M-Pesa? Should they look at a plug-and-play platform, or they should also look at it as a cash cow? I mean, I'm talking about, like, for instance, now KCB, they're on M-Pesa, CBA is on M-Pesa, Equity is standalone, it's a standalone platform, Barclays is running a standalone platform. Should banks, my question is, should banks today look at these platforms as distribution channel or as a cash cow platform?
I think first and foremost they are a distribution channel. I think that's what we've seen in the banking sector over the past maybe 3 to 4 years. That we've seen clients have actually been moving away from branches to the mobile platforms. So I think first and foremost.
When was the last time you went to a branch?
I actually can't remember.
That's right. So I mean, it's been a while. The last time I went to the bank is to place an order for a checkbook, which we don't use checkbook anymore anyway.
Exactly.
But yes, you're saying that there should be a distribution channel.
First and foremost,
at the top of the list.
Yes.
Does it then drive efficiency? So you say it has been there for 4 years. Are you seeing any improvement on your operational expenditure as a percentage of your total? And what's that looking like? What did it look 4 years? What does it look like today? How could it look like a few years from now?
For tier 1 banks especially, we've been seeing cost to income ratios come down from levels of 53, 54%, and now we are back down to just another 50% level. And a large part of that is because they no longer have the expenses that they had to do with the branch expansion, especially physical expansion, and also just being able to serve clients from the branch level. So we've seen that come out, first of all, in efficiency, and over the last maybe 1 to 2 years is when we've started seeing some fee income coming in from these channels.
But for some banks are still opening branches. How do you reconcile that? I mean, a case in point is NIC. They're very clear they're still going to open branches.
I think there are some
How do you
banks that
reconcile
still
that?
need to have some level of presence, because there's still some transactions that you'll still need to go to the bank for. NIC now partnering with CBA in the next half of the year, they still need to be a tier 1 bank. So where they don't have presence, they actually need to have presence in those areas. Yeah.
It's complementary.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very interesting because how have you seen, and just to piggyback on Bide's question is, what's your projection of CIR if banks, especially the mass market focused banks, transfer most of the distribution to the phone? Have you modeled a CIR below 40% for some of these banks?
I don't think we'll see below 40% because I think the other side of that equation is that there is still a lot more investment to come with technology. Again, we are seeing quite a number of banks. A good example is Equity Bank. They've been consistently spending in terms of trying to boost their technology platforms. So I would say maybe at the very best we can say 45%, but below 40%, especially for tier 1 banks, that would be a bit ambitious on that.
All right. We'll take a short break and circle back on this. The market has just opened. Look out for what's happening right now.